Hey, panel number one, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to be starting off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards to check what it is that exactly is blocking your person from finally choosing you, being with you, and claiming you out loud. So let's start. So here we have, I think it's pronounced Scythe with number 10. Here we have harmony in reverse. Tension or misunderstanding is causing disharmony in your relationships, leading to stress and conflict. And then here we have alone in the world with number 6. So here we have the number 10, which is also a 1, and we have number 6. These numbers could be significant to you or your person. So we're going to start off by saying that I believe that there's an ending that your person didn't really get to elaborate. I feel like there's something in their past. It could be a past relationship that they didn't really manage to get over. I feel like it's just something that they learned how to live with. So losing that person, the end of that relationship, it is something that they just learned how to live with and not something that they have processed. I feel like the ending of this situation, it's something that really left them feeling very confused. I think that relationship that we're talking about was a pivotal moment in their life. I'm getting a sense that it could have been a very strong karmic relationship, like one of those relationships that are very toxic, very intriguing, very intense, very passionate, but they're not meant to last because they're very they don't really have elements that can allow two people to make it long term because it's very toxic. So I feel like all of this has really left them stuck in the past. So they're not really here in the present moment. Their heart, their mind, their spirit is in the past. I don't sense that this person still has feelings for this past person. I feel like they are not grieving what could have been with this person. So it's the potential that never really got to be fulfilled. And so their mind is still very tied to that. And this also tells us that your person has not done any kind of inner work and anything. I feel like this person mirrored a lot of childhood trauma, especially around independence and especially around basically being avoidant. I feel like your person can be very avoidant, and I feel like they grew up with this sense of having to do everything alone, everything by themselves. And so now that you're here in their life and you are here to teach them that not everything has to be done alone, it's like they don't really know what to do with it. You guys speak two completely different languages, which is something that then causes the conflicts and causes basically this disharmony that this card is talking about. So I believe that they can tend to shut down and they can tend to escape. So I feel like they're very much torn between the past and between what you guys have now in the present moment, what they have right now. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle some tarot cards and see what comes out. Okay, so Spirit, why is pile one's person so hesitant when it comes to making a move towards pile one? What is blocking them right now? What is blocking pile one's person? We have the 6 of Wands. Okay, these two really want to come out. We have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Chariot. So you could possibly be dealing here with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. So here we have the fire sign coming across very strongly here with 2 wands. Can we clarify the Ace of Swords, please? Okay, we have the Hermit. And can we clarify this Chariot? We have Justice. All right, this is very intense. So with the 6 of Wands and King of Wands, I am getting, again, the very strong feeling that your person, they want to make it on their own. It's like they want to reach whatever level of success, whatever level of anything by themselves. So they really are used to doing their own thing. They are used to all of that. And I believe that the approach of partnership is a very alienating concept to them. It's something that makes them feel trapped. So the King of Wands, I do see them, I do see the King of Wands like a king that feels easily trapped. Now, the thing is, they are aware of the benefits that meeting you has brought into their life, such as a deeper understanding that maybe life is not supposed to be lived alone, and that they can rely on support, they can rely on love, they can rely on asking for help. They can rely on all of that. Being independent and being able to do things by oneself, it is very healthy, but not when it comes to like the extreme. And I feel like your person is absolutely on the extreme side. I'm getting that they know that they're supposed to be making a decision. It's like they have this drive to move forward, but at the same time, they don't really know where. Because on one side, they really want to come towards you, and they want to be vulnerable, and they want to experience how life is when you are in a partnership. And on the other side, they still want to do their own thing, because that is what they are most comfortably, like they're most comfortable doing. So I feel like they also know that if they don't move, you're gonna leave. So at the same time, I think that they're very afraid of consequences. So I feel like all of this overwhelming amount of information and this new perspective that they are being introduced to is overwhelming them a lot. So it's like better if I don't do anything instead of like maybe picking the wrong thing. So I feel like your person is going to make a choice at some point. They are going to start moving forward, but I don't feel like it is guaranteed that it's going to be forward like with you and your connection, because this person seems to be very much stuck in their comfort zone for now. And I also believe that when and if they will pick to still do things by themselves and just be by themselves, it's not even going to be something that is going to be told. I feel like you're just going to see it through their actions. So my advice for you right now is to not focus on their words, but to really decide based on action. Because this person, the King of Wands, they're very like charming when they talk. They're very charming when it comes to words and to all of that. The King of Wands can be manipulative. So my advice to you is to really focus on their action. And if you feel like you've waited long enough, by all means, cut the ties and just move forward. All right. Okay, Pal 1, this is everything that I have for you today. If it made sense, please let me know, and we're going to be seeing each other in the next video. Hi there, Pal number 2. This is going to be your reading. So we're going to be starting off with these pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we're going to be moving on to the tarot to check exactly why it is that your person seems to be very much blocked and cannot seem to make a decision, whether to move towards with you or to just go off by themselves. So let's start. Okay, so starting off here, we have the Temple of My Body with number 2. Emotional repair. You are working to repair a relationship that was once fractured. Past hurts are healing, and reconciliation brings hope. And then we have the Moon with number 32, breaks down to a 5. So 2 or 5 can be significant numbers to either you or your person or your relationship. The first thing that really like jumps to my eye, the very first thing that I feel is fear. So this person, I believe they are just simply terrified of letting someone in. I feel like they're very, very much protective over their own personal space. They're very much protected like with their heart and just everything about themselves. Like they're just very, very scared. I feel like this person really wants to come towards you. Like there's no doubt in their mind, but I feel like physically they can't really manage. So I'm getting really a person that has gone through a lot. For some of you, your person grew up in a very dysfunctional household where perhaps addiction was involved. And I feel like some of them had a parent that was very hot and cold. And so they have learned through the years and with growing up that whenever someone is nice to you, is because they are about to backstab you and they're about to hurt you and they're about to betray you. So all of this fear obviously comes up with you as well. I'm not 100% certain that this person is aware of this mechanism. They're very much stuck in survival mode. And in order to live a very fulfilling, loving, warm relationship, you're not supposed to be in survival mode, right? You cannot really fully relax if you are constantly looking over your shoulder. And I believe that this is the why your person is blocked and is feeling very blocked. And you're also blocked as a consequence. So the only person that can unblock them is themselves. I'm getting that some of you have really tried a lot to allow them to understand that you are a safe person, that the space that you give to them is a safe space. And I'm getting that some of you have been very, very frustrated for a long period of time because you feel like you have done so much in order to make them feel safe and to show yourself as being trustworthy. And so you're very frustrated that this person doesn't seem to get it. No matter how much you do, this person cannot seem to get it. And that is why this is not your job. Your job is to be a trustworthy person, yes. But at the same time, if another person is too closed off and too fearful to trust you, then that is part of their own stuff to deal with. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards and let's see what other messages are coming through. Okay, so Spirit, pile 2 and their person. Why is their person so blocked when it comes to their relationship? What is blocking pile 2's person? We have the Fool. We have the Lovers. We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, exactly. Six of Cups also talks about childhood. And here we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So your person is also like a very anxious individual, of course. I feel like before stepping into any kind of like situation, before making any kind of decision, they're there and they really think a lot about what are the risks, what could go wrong, what could go right. And I feel like they focus a little bit more on what it is that could go wrong. And this is something that is also part of, you know, choosing a connection. They really feel a very intense connection with you. Here we have the Lover, so they really feel seen. They feel loved. They feel accepted. They feel respected, appreciated, and all that. But again, here we have with the Six of Cups, we do have something that talks about childhood. So again, there is something that happened in childhood that basically drove them to be this anxious and to be this careful. When it comes to relationships, and to anything else really, but especially relationships, you can be careful as much as you want, but the only way to figure out if it's gonna work or not is to jump in, right? I feel like in the past as well with other connections, they have tried to jump in, they have tried to give it a shot, and then they always got disappointed, let down, betrayed, backstabbed, and so they are terrified that this is history repeating itself. So their blockage has nothing to do with the lack of love, has nothing to do with, I don't know, like you or anything like that. It has to do with them and just being overly anxious and fearful that something is gonna go wrong. Now, with this Three of Wands, I'm getting that they're very much prone towards actually giving it a shot. My only advice to you right now is to just let them be. Just let them be. And just focus on you, focus on your life, focus on what it is that you want to achieve, and to just allow them to just come back around in their own timing. Obviously, if their own timing is something that is not aligned with you, at that point, I would, of course, suggest to just move on and to not wait for this person. Waiting for someone is never the right choice. Absolutely not. So I do believe that your person is going to try and come towards you, especially if you guys are in no contact right now. For some of you, you guys are in no contact. I do feel that this person is going to come back around. And I think that this is one of those moments for you where you're really going to have to sit down with yourself and figure out if this person is worth all of this or not. All right. Okay, Pile 2, this has been your reading. If it made sense, please let me know in the comments, and we're going to be seeing each other in the next video. Hi there, Pile 3. This is going to be your reading. So we're going to start off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. Before moving on to the tarot, we're going to be checking exactly why it is that your person seems to be very blocked towards you. So let's start. Okay. So here we have Naked Before the Stars with number 18, breaks down to a 9. Then here we have, what is this? Challenges. Challenges feel overwhelming, and you may be struggling to find effective solutions, leading to frustration and confusion. And then here we have Coffin with number 8. So we have 2 8s as well. So this could also be a significant number either for you or for your partner. Okay. So the first thing that is coming through here is someone that thinks, what is the point of even trying when I know for a fact that this is going to end, just like everything else in my life? I feel like this person has gone through many friendships, many relationships, perhaps even. And it could be that this person has been brought up by parents that then eventually got divorced. And I feel like they've been caught in the storm of the divorce process. This is very specific, so obviously it's just for some of you, not all of you. It could be that they were a child when this happened, and they have seen, obviously, like, our parents' relationship is the first, like, example that we have of, like, romance, right? And when dysfunction is your primary example, it gets very complicated then when you grow up. So I feel like also your person is very aware of this. It's like they know. Then they went also through a lot of breakups or even friendships that then left him, maybe for no reason, or backstabbed them, or just grew apart. So your person really believes that anything is going to end anyway. So what is the point, right? What is the point? I feel like now, in their present moment, it's very hard for them, almost impossible even, to be 100% into something, into a project, into a relationship, into a friendship, into whatever. So it's like they have one foot in, one foot out. Because if I go 100% in, then I will 100% get abandoned down the line. I will 100% suffer. I will 100% be brokenhearted. So I might as well stay 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So with 1 foot in, I can get the benefits of this connection. But with 1 foot out, when things will eventually hit the fan, I'm not going to be in pain that much. So this is pretty much their thought process. I think I'm really getting that this person is actually very aware of themselves, like very, very, very aware. So they know exactly why these things happen. And this is why they also feel very frustrated, because it's like, I know what the issue is. I know how I grew up. I know what my traumas are. I know all of that. So why is it that even knowing it, I just cannot seem to move forward? And the thing is, I believe that they're looking for the solution in the wrong places. The solution here is to elaborate everything that happened in childhood, is to process all of the very difficult emotions that they went through. And I feel like maybe that is a door that they're now willing to open. It could be that you guys have talked about therapy, for this person to go to therapy. And they could have hit you with responses such as, oh no, I don't believe in that. Or, oh no, I mean, my situation is not that bad, or whatever. But it's because a part of them knows that to step into like a therapeutic like environment is going to require for them to really, really, really see and do a really deep dive into all of their fears and really face forward. And they're very, very scared of that because they lived through all of those emotions once. They don't want to go through that again. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards to get more information. Okay, so Spirit. Okay, so Pile 3's person. Why are they so blocked towards pile 3? What is blocking them? Okay, so here we have the 7 of Swords. This just flew out. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh. This is so... They're very much in their head. This person is a lot in their head. And then here we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, they believe that the best thing for them to do is to just be by themselves. That the emotional fulfillment is going to be only if they are 100% into themselves and their life. And then the rest, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic connections, they are just a superfluous addition. That if they are in their life or not, then they're not really going to get affected. This person, I believe, they really act very independent. They act like they got their shit together. They act like they're very tough, like they don't need anybody, but they are hiding a very deep degree of sensitivity. They really hide a very, very hurt inner child. This person's behavior is all a defense mechanism towards their inner child. So there is fear here of getting backstabbed and getting betrayed with the 7 of Swords. They are absolutely terrified of having to go again through all of that pain that they already lived through. And I believe that even while they were growing up, they were seeing people around them, and the people around them, you know, the adults were getting divorced and friends were backstabbing each other. So it's like they grew up witnessing betrayal firsthand. So now that they are grown up, they don't really believe that for them is going to be any different. So it could be that this person in the past even has been unfaithful. Could be also that they have been unfaithful to you, could have lied, could have done all of that. And that is the mechanism that they have. So if I backstab first, I'm not gonna get backstabbed. If I abandon someone first, I'm not gonna get abandoned. This person really is stuck in survival mode. They are stuck in all of those mechanisms. And they do not see at the present moment a relationship to be one of the things that allow them to be emotionally fulfilled. Is actually a war zone. So of course they're going to avoid it. Of course they're going to be staying away from you as much as they can. Of course they're going to ghost you because you represent a threat. Not a threat in the real sense of the word, but something, a dynamic, a connection that in the past they have witnessed to be painful and hurtful. I'm not seeing this person moving towards you anytime soon. It seems like they're very much stuck in their comfort zone. And I believe that for some time they will continue on protecting themselves. All right. All right, pile 3. This has been your reading. If it made sense, please let me know. And we're going to be seeing each other in the next video.